Still got it big lit. Sex with the incense, got my mind rents, won't stop, I'm relentless. I'ma need safety, tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety, my girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world, she want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I want a girl for the mouthpiece, so bright that it light on my face. Your shawty just call me a fave, cause she like my character traits. I never stop for a break, I put a lock on the game. I put a stock in my name, but I give a fuck about the fame. I took a bite of that life and it tastes so exquisite. It feel like you do when you look in my pendant. Hopeless romantic, my girl, chin up for the kid. I'm not on no simp shit. Won't stop to the youngest he dreams. Wanna take him from rags to riches. I heard that you claim that you know me, but you ain't the homie. The fuck is your friendship? I need the loyalty, back up the royalty. I give a fuck if you notice me. Ain't nobody holding me. Big wave at your shoreline, so they know it's me. Babe boy from the cold seas. Nitro with a new pen, go at ISO. Tell him don't reach. Ice cold with it, no fleece. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship.
She got all the drugs she need tonight. Know that she won't die if she sneezes right. Never wanna talk, pleading all the fights. Wanna take a walk on the other side. Feeling really fly on her feet tonight. Got it something good, now she Jesus Christ. Creeping up on her like she way too high. I'm about to take a walk on the other side. If the people at the party look away, if peace here to cover up the scene, doesn't really matter what you do. She gon' have to get herself up off her knees. Everybody looking up to pray, hoping so that this won't be the week. She only ever wanted to be cool. She never thought that she was gonna freeze. Such a small mistake, didn't calculate all that she could take. All the snowflakes and whoa. She got all the drugs she need tonight. Know that she won't die if she sneezes right. Never wanna talk, leading all the fights. Wanna take a walk on the other side. Feeling really fly on her feet tonight. Got something good, now she Jesus Christ. Creeping up on her, that she way too high. About to take a walk on the other side. She could easily, so easily be great. If somebody could save her from herself, she just keep on running from the ghost. Right now it's the only thing that helps. Oh, I don't wanna let her down. I will kill her, see her smile. One last time, just one last time. Such a small mistake, didn't calculate how much she could take. All the snowflakes, whoa. She got all the drugs she need tonight. Know that she won't die if she sneezes right. Never wanna talk, leading all the fights. Wanna take a walk on the other side. Feeling really fly on her feet tonight. Got something good, now she Jesus Christ. Creeping up on her, now she way too high. About to take a walk on the other side.
Stuck in the past watching videos of us. I have been trying to get rid of your stuff, but voices in my head are telling me to stop. It's all I have left, all I have of you. Thought I was more than a body to hold, baby. I wanted you, wanted us to be something more. I was so sure, I let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? I gave you my heart and you tore it apart. Don't know why you had to hurt me like that. Cause now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said. But I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? Love me like that. Oh, staying inside in my bed all day long, listening to sad songs and feeling so low, thinking about you and where we went wrong. 'Cause I wanna know why you let me go.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy One Gun here, and this video was supposed to have been made yesterday, but I was working on content, animation, and just basically keeping myself happy in my own world, doing my own thing, and I said, it's just another video about Joe, so why bother, why bother making it, and I remember like a few days ago, well, something like that, somebody asked me for an update. I did give an update. I gave an update on one of my videos at the beginning about the situation with this grown ass delusional man living inside his mom's garage, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how a lot of people sit back and they respond to this one video, which is almost at getting close to 250,000 views. I find it extremely hilarious. Hilarious that this video by Kira has actually brought this man to a lot of people's attention, and even to a point that people just ask me for updates and stuff. So I started this thing with my other channel called I got another channel called B.A.S.E, and B.A.S.E was originally designed, and I'm streaming on this channel right now. So B.A.S.E was originally designed as a and you can read it right in the description. B.A.S.E is a group of angry members that are busting 3D scammers that resells models or animations that are stolen, game development, the game developers that are lying about professions or content. So this was created back in 2017 when I was in the throes of my troll war with him. And think about it is this channel did a lot to actually, I would say, bring to light that what he was doing. And what he was doing was basically scamming people. And in the process of us, and it was just more than me. He just picks on me because of the color of my skin. And I'm just being honest about it. He only picks on me because of the color of my skin. I have lots of people who work with me, and he doesn't bother with them because they're all white folks. And I'm not getting off on this tangent, but I'm just saying, this just pertains between me and him. And he feels that first of all, he has like a whole bunch of I gotta put this, a whole bunch of things that he thinks that I do that I don't do because I'm a black man. He thinks I've been arrested. Never happened. He thinks that I'm a crook, a thief, and because I'm black, I have some type of arrest record. I don't. He thinks a lot of things about me that aren't true. I can tell you who I am, and who I am is just me. I'm not a. He wants people to believe that I'm a. Now, these are things that he wants you to believe, that I'm a terrorist. Um, I'm. He wants people to believe that I'm a white supremacist. He wants people to believe that people that I associate with are criminals and thugs and stuff. And it is all things that he spouses off every day on his channel, And he does this because what else can you do from your mom's garage? What else can you do from your mom's garage? He's delusional. You can see it in his videos every day. He's been given countless subpoenas to show up in court because he has this thing about stalking people, because he doesn't have a way to have serious contact with people. He doesn't know how to contact or relate to people. And the only way he knows how to do this is through YouTube and through Facebook. He has no way of making friends. If he had friends, well, he sure would be with them and doing other things than sitting back and chasing after a fat black man and his family members and friends, And he only does this to me and the people I know and the people I care about, because he hates me. He hates me that much. He tries to use a false equivalent between me and him by saying that I'm picking on his mom, I'm doing stuff to his mom, and I'm calling his mother. I'm doing all this wrong, bad stuff to him, but yet he hasn't basically put out an ounce of evidence that I've called his mother and basically did what he says basically was aggravating her or constantly harassing her, And I mean by constant, I mean every day, prolonged harassment, stalking of his mother. And he wants people to believe this. And he also wants people to believe that the reason why he does what he does, and this covers everything for him, stealing animations, stalking people, harassing people, and taking down people's content off of YouTube. He wants to say that it's because that people are attacking his mom, his mother, and all these other things. Now, like I said, these are all things that are trapped in his mind. This is all the things that he thinks about. I have a friend, and let's see. I have a friend, and let me tell you about him. He was in the Navy. He spent years, I think, on the Ronald Reagan. I think it was the aircraft carrier. I'm not too sure, but he spent time on an aircraft carrier. I think he was part of the deck crew, and he spent this time in the military. And he left with an honorable discharge. Once he left, he had a family and everything. He had a family while he was in the military and stuff like that. And he finally got out the military, and he went on to he took his GI money and went out and became an artist. Right, he became an artist. He put all this time into art, and because he wanted to be a comic artist, but his life took a different path because he wound up being a school teacher. He first started off as a school teacher teaching little kids. They've done videos about him locally and everything. He's a good guy. He has a family. He's a well-regarded guy. He loves to do comic books. He does comic books with his son and everything. And I work with him, and I've even talked about him. His name is Sean Fry, and he has a son also that I talk to every day. They visit me. I visit them. When I was in the hospital, he came and visit me. He's been a good friend to me. He's been a good friend to me for over 10, going on 12 years now, since I've known him. And we've done nothing but talk about comics, making comics and stuff like that. So a couple of years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, he decided, with his son, because at the time I was like sick and I couldn't really concentrate on drawing. But so what happened is that I hooked up, his son got into it. His son started drawing comics and stuff, and he started doing comic shows. And we saw, at the time we were into doing something else, and his son started coming up and he started making comics and stuff. And we were like, hey, something there. So his son started writing comics, and the dad, my friend, he started drawing the comics, which is a pretty good thing, and we've learned a lot. They've gotten pretty good. They've been on numerous shows on YouTube. They've He's met Billy Tucci. I think he may even met a whole bunch of other people talking about the father and son team, which is like the very essence of making comics. You know, when you have a son and a father and son working together and producing comics. You know, I think that's what the world of comic books is about. Which should always, it's not about the corporation. It's about the low macro level, which you have a creative team consists of a father and son doing what they love to do. You know, how many people can say I draw comics with my dad? You know, very innocent, very cool thing. So he came to me, asked me to do an animation for him, and I did. I did an animation for him, and because they was going to Indiegogo. So we went. So we went to Indie. So they did the thing for Indiegogo, but at the same time, Joe was in my life. The troll. He was in my life. And when Joe found out that I was working with them, because I did a video saying I'm working with these guys. We're going to produce something for Indiegogo. And what Joe did next was go after the project. He tried to go after the project by he went on Facebook and found the man's son, not the man himself, but he found the man's son and threatened the son. He actually sent Facebook messages to the son and told his son that if you don't do what I say, I'm going to get your father fired from your job. Stop working with me. You know, and he sent them many other messages after that. That's when I decided to go and actually get all this stuff documented and file a protection order against them. You know, because I want to start the process of actually trying to get him incarcerated or sue him or find some way to get him to stop. Now, the only way Joe stops is with Joe has to be threatened with jail. You know. Joe would take it all the way to the brink until he stops, right? So the next thing I did was next thing Joe started doing is Joe. So what I did is Sean came onto my show. Sean's father, Big Fry we call him. He came onto my show, and I thought he knew, that I was streaming, either I thought he knew he was streaming or I forgot I was streaming. He just called me out the clear blue, and I basically just told him. I don't remember how he got on the show, to be honest with you, but I was streaming and he got on the show, and I was talking about Joe, and I basically told him like, yeah, I said, yeah, he went over there and threatened your son, and Sean got mad because he doesn't know. Joe doesn't know him. Joe's never met this man. Right. We'll get to his delusions in a minute. Joe has never met this man. Right. Joe's never met him. He's never met Joe. I'm from St. Louis. Sean Fry's from East St. Louis. And if we would have met Joe, if he would have met Joe or said anything to Joe, Sean would have told me 10 years prior to me meeting him, that he's like, I know this guy named Joe. He does this. Well, 10 years ago. Actually 12 years ago when I met Sean, we did comic books. We collaborated on comic books. We did little stuff, together, and it wasn't until 2018, 2019, Joe didn't even know who Sean was, 2019. And that's when the stupid shit began. Actually, it was 2020. That's when the stupid shit began. Stupid shit began because Joe has never spoken this man's name until I said I'm going to be doing this project with them. Nobody knew who they were until I said I'm doing a project with them, and I said we're going to be doing some stuff on Indiegogo. And Joe wanted to basically destroy the Indiegogo project by sending false reports, fake claims, everything he possibly could, and even including threatening the man's son. So after that, Joe even went further after it didn't work. See, I kept on working on the animation. I even did live streams working on the animation. I did everything I possibly could to let this little terrorist living out of his mom's garage understand that I'm not going to stop because he wishes to destroy me. Right? The man just out to destroy me for some reason. He wants me to not have any type of relation with anybody. He just wants me to himself, so he has his personal little threat doll that he can sit back and aggravate on YouTube. But I wasn't going to play his victim. So I kept on, and I kept on working with Sean, his father, and we produced the comic book. And I do believe they still have that same comic book up for grabs if you go to their website. I have all that stuff on my YouTube channel at the end of this video, where you can go and purchase the comic book. But the comic books are getting printed. So he failed. The Indiegogo was a success. They only raised $500, but that's what their goal was. So they raised the money. They did everything, but he couldn't stop us from being productive. So he went up a notch. So he started making. He actually found Sean Fry on YouTube, because they put a YouTube video out on him, and he was teaching little kids. He was at this school teaching kids how to do art. So Joe found out where the man works at. And then not only did that, Joe started making Aunt Jemima videos, right? He would take the man's face and Photoshop it onto Aunt Jemima, and then put it out there and email these pictures to where he worked at, right? He was doing all the stuff. Then when that wasn't working, when nobody was talking about it, he went even further by trying to attack the man at work by sending them emails of him claiming that he's trying to threaten him. Now he did this stuff where this man works at, right? He was emailing them, right? And he was doing it all the way up until a few months ago. And a few months ago, this is what happened. So a few months, like 4, maybe 5 months ago, I was just getting out the hospital. I was basically just out the hospital and everything. And Joe understands that he can't really hurt me anymore. So what he does is he does this lowest hanging fruit. He does the lowest hanging fruit attack, which is if he can't aggravate you and he sees that it's not bothering you no more, he'll go after your friends, he'll go after your family, he'll go after anyone that you care about, because he knows you have this thing that he doesn't. You have a life. You have people in your life that care for you, and you care for them. So he's going to go after lowest hanging fruit. So he started going after Sean Fry's job by emailing his job all this crazy delusional shit. Now this man, like I said, this man has never met him. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't, Sean don't know Joe, and Joe don't know Sean. Only way Joe knows Sean is because I work with them on a project. So Joe is trying to make it like anybody I work on a project with, he's going to attack them just so he can get them to not work with me anymore, or have anybody work with me, but that hasn't worked. So why am I telling you guys this? Well, it seems like Joe still ain't got it out of the system. Now, a few months ago, Joe did I do believe his final attack on Sean's job. And what happened is, see, Sean also, he also works for the government. He's a teacher, and he's employed by the government. So what you have is, you have this little internet threat terrorist going around claiming and threatening Sean's son, and keep on telling him that he's going to get his father fired, and telling Sean he's going to get him fired by just sending fake, erroneous claims to his job. So I called his job, and I talked to the security officer on his job, and I got with him, and then he got with Sean, because Sean didn't know what was happening that day, because Joe actually started sending email after email after email, and he was sending these emails to his job, and he was doing it because he wanted the man fired. So I just say, you know what? I think this is enough to cause a complaint. And think about this, what he was doing was criminal, because it was basically threatening somebody. He was actually threatening somebody. So it basically goes into the realm of the FBI, because this is the second time the FBI had to contact Joe about his behavior. So what I understand is, and what Sean had told me is like, yeah, he said, the security did something and got the FBI involved, and they wound up contacting Joe. They tried to call Joe, but Joe, I think he said something like Joe hung up on him or something like that. But after that, I was told that there's been no more emails from Joe to his job. So, like I said, it takes a hefty it takes the law or the threat of Joe going to jail. And he's such a coward, he's such a coward. That's just the way cowards work. It takes a it takes the act of not an act of God, but the act of a judge, of Joe getting in front of a judge for Joe to run and hide, basically. And that's what he does. I mean, they're what you expect for somebody living in his mom's garage. So why I tell you all this? Because this brings us to what he's been up to since last night. Now, like I said, these are videos that he's done within the week, and I go through these videos once a week. I don't talk about them every day. You know, I usually do them on Sunday, just so I can start fresh on Monday. But I didn't do one yesterday because every Sunday I do a video about them, and I put it. And I take these videos off my channel, on my Get a Robo channel, and set those to private. But you can watch them over here on the Bureau of Anti-3D Scammers and Enforcement. You can come over here to this channel and you can watch it on this channel. I just stream on both of these channels, you know, just so I can get more people to come on this channel and people know about this channel when it comes to Joe, you know. And I'll be doing updates to these videos because I know he's not going to stop. Because the thing about it is that I know he's not going to stop, you know, and he wants me to chase after every video that he does. I'm not going to chase after every video he does, all right? And I'm not going to talk. I mean, and it used to be he'll do a video, and then I'll run and make a video to respond. But that's what he wants. You know, that's what he wants. You know, so I'm not going to do it. You know, what I'm going to do is, like, after I finish with this video, is get back on at about 9 o'clock where I usually get on, because it's like 8 o'clock where I'm at right now. What I'll do is I'm going to stop this video, then go back to working and streaming it and tending to my fans, you know, which I've been doing, and which has been helping my channel out ever since Kira did that video. Actually, even before Kira did the video, because you know this has a lot to do with Kira's video. If I can find Kira's video, if I can find it. Well, I had it, but it's gone now. But he likes to make videos where he puts in the description that he's gonna tell people where I live, and I mean he's done this before. He's actually did videos doxing me, telling people where I live. He's actually done that, you know. And so I know he's about to turn up the stupid. I know his delusions are getting the better of him right now. And he's still thinking that he's actually met, talked to, and had dinner with Sean Fry. He thinks this, and let me tell you all, he's not all there. He's crazy. I know he's crazy, and he wants my attention. And think about this, I don't really give it to him, and the only way he gets it is when I do my weekly video. So he does this stuff so I can, you know, showcase him once a week on my weekly videos about him on B.A.S.E. See, B.A.S.E is an obscure channel. Nobody watches it, and I think this is the perfect place to talk about him on it. So going forward, you know, I'll just talk about him on this channel, so he'll have something to turn to. You know, most of the older videos that I have about him, I got him locked away because it's a lot of stuff in those videos to where I actually show him doing stuff he's not supposed to be doing, and proof that he does the things he does, you know. So anytime he does something or lies, I always got the video backup, and it's all on this channel right here. I have lots of videos about him on this channel. They're all set to private though, and I'm not showing them to nobody because I know how sensitive these videos are, and I know how Joe likes to take videos down and likes to lie. You know, I definitely know how he likes to do that. So I keep these videos on here because this is the only place where I have an archive of videos I've done about him since 2017. There are videos on him showing him in real time doing something illegal, and I show it on this. I'll show it all. The videos are all on this channel. Think about this. I took this. He wants this channel to disappear because it has stuff on here about him that's 100% true. From his time that he was on Unity and got thrown off for Unity to his time that he was on Unreal Marketplace, and he got thrown away from there. He's been banned from every place in the 3D community. If there's a place that sells 3D assets, he's basically been banned. Because what he likes to do is he likes to sell stolen content ripped from this guy called Rubu. He takes it over there to Gumroad where he sells the stuff and lies to people saying that he doesn't do it. So actually, I got a good example of that. Somebody sent me a good example of that the other day. Let me see if I can get it downloaded. Let me show you something. Let me get this image. And this image tells you a lot about him. So here's the image right here. Snapshot taken by I think Todd Fox sent it to me, and and new now he's advertising this new AI mocap pack only from Truebones. But the problem is that what he did is he went out and used a whole bunch of these 3D AI these little motion capture sites where you put a video in and they actually give you like some motion capture based off the video. It's all AI driven. But the thing about it is it's so bad. it's really bad shit. And I'll talk about that in a minute, folks. It's really bad stuff. You wouldn't see nobody using AAA who's making a AAA game, or anybody who's making games period use this shit, because it's hokey as hell. Unless you know somebody who can clean this stuff up, you wouldn't buy this. Not for what he's asking for, you know. So he lies. He says he has an animation studio. If you look at this little box right here, that's his animation studio. His so-called animation studio is inside of his mom's garage. It doesn't exist. It's delusion that he wants to project onto everybody that he's something when he's not. He's not an animator. He's not a musician. He's none of those things. He wants to be something because he's at the rightful age of 54 plus. And he hasn't done nothing in his life, but from what I understand, and from what everybody has told me, that he's done nothing but drugs and steal stuff from people for as long as they've known him. And I do have information that people tell me. This is stuff people has told me. So whether it's true or not, I don't know. But these are people who actually live there in this little community and have sent me emails, letters, and even I talked to on the phone who told me who this guy is. You see, I can reach out and touch anybody who knows him, but he doesn't know a damn person that I know. The reason why, and that's why he makes up all these delusions. See, everything I tell you comes from the horse's mouth, basically, from people who know him from his little community. You know, he is a burden upon anybody who walks across him. So when you look at this, what you see is a lonely man who lives in his mom's garage, who sits back and hoaxes and harasses and stalks people when they don't believe a word he says. And he figures the only way you can get people to believe what he says is to sit back and make up delusions about those people who said stuff about you. And that's what he does. And even Kira's, you can go to Kira's video and watch the video. And the whole thing about Kira is Kira saw for himself how delusional this man is. He is totally, I mean, I used to just think he was just an asshat, but no, he's not. He's just basically a troubled man who's been doing this for so long, he doesn't have an actual grip on reality. And in order for him to make it through a day, he has to find somebody and make them his boogeyman so he can actually see the next day, because if he doesn't do that, he's just gonna fucking collapse. So here he is sitting here at his mom's garage, line about him being a motion capture studio, and as you can see, new AI mocap pack only from Truebones. And like I said, this is just stuff that he took to the Deep 3D or whatever the name of those other AI places, maybe Roku Coco or whatever, and made a bunch of these really crappy animations. I'll show you what they are in a minute. I'm going to show you what they are in a minute. And he's taken them all. You know, he's supposed to be a motion capture studio. He's supposed to have all these cameras. He's supposed to be doing all this stuff with all this technology and stuff. And he doesn't have nothing. All he has is that itty bitty computer that his mom bought him, his mouth, and YouTube. That's all he has. There is no animation studio. There is no $5 million animation studios. It's just him in his mom's garage trying to placate that he's an animation studio, and he's not. He's not even registered with the state nor feds. He doesn't even pay taxes. So that goes to show you what type of joke he is. He like I said, it's all about his delusion of what he is, what he wants to be. So here you go, folks. And so he goes, if you don't like it, we give your money back, no questions asked. Laughing out. This guy says laughing out loud. That will surprise me a lot. And the thing about it, if you know his history, this guy will sell you game assets out of another game. And then when you find out where the game assets come from, this has happened to me. This has happened to everybody. That's why this is the reason why he got kicked off of uh, this is the reason why he got kicked off of Unity. This is the first recorded, and this is the first documented case of when he was on Unity. He sold these animations, and a whole bunch of people bought the shit. Then found out the shit was all from Rip Games. So instead of just giving the people the money back, which he's probably most likely to spent by then, he decided he's not going to give out no refunds, and everybody was picking on him. You are the competition. Like, no, these people aren't the competition. These people who bought stuff from you, they found out they can't use it to make games with, and they want their money back. And he doesn't understand that you can't sell stuff you don't own and profit from it. You know, you can't do it. It's illegal. It goes against copyright. But he doesn't understand it. So so I came out and I busted him some years ago, and he came after me. I mean, he came after me. He doxed my father. He doxed my father. He took down content of mine. He did everything he possibly could in 2017, right? And so I went on the offensive. Me and a couple people went on the offensive because by the time he got to me, people were already tired of him. They already saw that he was a crook. Right, they already saw he's a crook. He's a form spammer. He's basically doing things that obviously people don't like, and people don't like. The one thing people don't like in the gaming world is to be scammed. Right, and he put up a scam. People called about the scam, and he kept on trying to run the scam. He kept on trying to make people believe that he's an actual animation studio. Then up under the hood, people who've dealt with him's like, no, I don't want to deal with that guy. That guy's crazy. He keeps calling me. He found out this. He calls me at home. So what type of business does this? What type of business would call you or call your job and lie to them saying you did something and you didn't? That's his whole tactic. His tactic is to find out who you are, contact the people that you know, contact somebody you know so he can espouse nonsense to them so he can get back to you in real life, so he can let you know that he can get into your life anytime he wants to. And if you want to keep it up, he'll just get downright dirty with you. And that's basically what he does. His whole thing is contact. He wants to keep contact with you. He wants to make sure that you know that he can reach out and touch anybody in your family, which is basically what mobsters and all the other type of tactics that people do. But Joe's not no mobster. He's too stupid to be one. All he is a habitual coward living in his mom's garage, trying to stalk, harass, and sell stolen content. That's about everything he does in his life. That's it. That's all he has, folks. He has nothing else but that. If he had something else, well, then he would have had it. I mean, I put in perspective, right? I put in perspective, what I'm doing versus what he's doing, right? You can come to my channel, my YouTube channel, right? You can go to my YouTube channel. Right? You come to my YouTube channel, and you can go right over here, go to my channel, and you can see for like the last few months, let's go 6 months ago. Let's go more than 6 months. Let's you'll see a Joe video here and now and then, but they believe me, folks, they come less. But you can see, like, basically, this is about the time I got the hospital. I got the hospital right here. When I got the hospital, I started working on doing animation, making videos. I made more content in the last half of 2006 that was basically me working on content, animation, drawing, all type of that stuff. I actually started cranking up my creative skills. I started going back to what made me who I am, and got away from a lot of the bullshit that Joe was putting me through. I got tired of it. I got tired of chasing after his videos. And that's all basically I was doing, is just chasing after his videos. I wasn't getting nothing out of it. It wasn't worth it, But what was worth it was coming back, turning on my streaming software, opening up my projects and working on them. I get more people looking at my stuff from an artistic view than I got people actually interested in the shit between me and him. It wasn't until Mcpeek did his video, which brought me to light, it's useless. It's useless, And Kira said nobody would watch my channel because I was every day 24/7. Every couple of hours I had to do a video, telling people, no, folks, he's lying this or lying that. And it just got ridiculous. You know, even before I got hospitalized, I kind of stopped doing the videos because it was pointless. It was senseless. So I did, you know, and I started concentrating on my art, you know, and I like, where you at? And my live streams, you know, I got a lot of live streams over here, you know, where since I left the hospital, I've just been working on doing animation, and the views, and I'm starting to get more views. I gotta get more views on my channel. I've seen that my subscriber rate is going up. My subscriber rate is growing up, and I've learned a valuable lesson. He's not worth my time. You know, and the thing about it is, I don't really concern myself with him until he does something illegal. When he does something illegal, then it's time to go to court. But if he's just sitting on his channel just espousing nonsense, well, then he can do that because it's nonsense. You know, I'm not going to chase after every word he says anymore. I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, I'm just going to do my video once a week to display all his witchcraft, and then I'm done. You know, that's all I can do, folks. You know, drama on YouTube doesn't get you nowhere, folks. All it does is just make you sick, make you hate to be alive. It's not worth me chasing after. I mean, you gotta think about who I'm chasing after, right? Who am I chasing after? I'm chasing after somebody who lives in his freaking mom's garage. You know, somebody who was arrested for stalking, someone whose pop stole an airplane and he made it all the way to the miles of Congress. You know, why should I compete with that? Why? You know, you do a lot of self-reflecting, folks, when your life is on the line and everything. You do a lot of self-reflecting, and you have to teach yourself, you know, what are the more important things in life. Do I chase after this no man, or do I keep on going forward? I think my choice is my choice is very evident. You know, especially Akira putting the video and putting his video in perspective. You know, about what I used to do versus what I do now, and he was right. He was right. You know, he was right. You know, if people think I'm doing this for ratings, well, you're wrong. I was doing it to protect myself. I was doing it to protect not just myself, but others. But it's like this: if you want to protect somebody, don't do it on YouTube. Take that shit to court, you know, like I did, like I finally did, and it worked. You know, he's not doing the shit that he used to do. You know, like filing false copyright claims, calling me. Calling other people I know. I just got the law involved. It's amazing how when you actually get the law involved, how a lot of that shit stops. So he's only relegated now to just making his spidey videos saying stuff about me and Sean Fry. And Sean don't even care no more. Sean like, I don't care. It's like, Sean's like, I handle that stuff with my job. He came into my life and tried to come after my job. I was like, you know, we just say, you know what, we can't stop the man from talking. He's going to keep talking and saying stupid shit. But the thing about it is only stupid shit. It's not shit that's going to affect me in my life or Sean in his life or his son's life. It's just stuff that he just says because he has no life. You see, if he had a life, he'd be talking about the things that he's actually accomplished and done. He hasn't done that. He can't talk about it. I mean, let's see if he does a video day talking about the things he accomplished in life. Not just today. Let's see if Joe can talk about anything he's accomplished in life in the last couple of days and moving forward. He can't do it. He's just gonna revert to making more videos about me and Sean. That's all he can do because he has nothing. So let me find a video. Let me find a video that he made so I can just read to you guys. Well, hold on. Let me read the video. Let me read this to you guys. Look at my live stream. And I'm gonna read. I'm just gonna read my manifesto, the same way he reads his manifesto. It says, "Well, folks, things are looking great this year with many projects I'm under the hood on and being recruited by a motion capture studio to do work in." I spell walk, work, walk. Who cares? I think life has stopped crapping on me because I value it more, and I do. I value life way more. I've learned my lesson. Today I'm going to do a quick update video because it was requested by someone on the state of Joe's delusional mind and how much worse it has gotten since. This video is meant for a Sunday stream for my B.A.S.E channel, for I only do these videos once a week about him. So So soon to be done every other week. So I'm gonna move to every other week because I don't feel like I should be doing these every week. I used to do them every hour, but I do them sparsely. And then I went from sparsely and said, well, maybe I should like do these videos every week, and keeping them on this channel, whatever. But I think moving forward, folks, I just gotta stay positive. I got to. Man, I always liked your stuff, man. Stop playing with me. By the way, what's up, bro? What's up, Rand? I always like your stuff, man. But yeah, folks, moving forward, and I'm talking about the future, folks. I'm not talking about the past. I'm definitely talking about the future. Moving forward, moving forward, folks. Let me show you. Let me show you what my future looks like. So I jotted down. I jotted down I jotted down 6 things that I've done, I'm doing, and I plan on finishing. Hopefully this year, right? Six things, right? I'm working on my short films. So my 3 short films that I'm working on. One is the LPZ Armor Wars. This is what you see, the ninjas and stuff that I worked on. One is the Archive Infinity. A lot of you guys who've dealt with me over the years have seen me working on this. It's basically about a intergalactic space chick going around kicking butt. Then there's the Demon Hunters Corps. Everybody knows what that is. That's the film I made about the little girl getting rescued by the let me see. I got a lot of this stuff on my channel. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just showing you stuff to show you like what's the difference between me and him, right? A worthy upgrade. Video, I don't know, folks. I don't know. The 4070, I don't know, man. Anyway, let's go over here. Actually, I know a better channel to go to. Let's go to my other. I got another channel, folks. Let's go to this one. This channel right here is this channel right here, folks. This channel was just gonna be like a copy of the channel I have right now. I'm gonna get a RoboShim1 channel, but actually this channel is growing at a faster rate than my Get a Robo channel did when it first started out. But here we go. So, I did quite a lot of stuff coming out of the hospital, and I think some of the things I did was this Archive Infinity. This is the Archive Infinity. This is actually here's a better copy of it. So here's the Archive Infinity animation I'm working on. This is I did this a few months ago. I had the help of Hassan Rashid and 3D Spinks. They did the voices for me and everything like that. And I'm gonna go through all the stuff that I accomplished, things that had nothing to do with him, that he can't do. There's nothing like this on his channel, by the way. Just to be honest, he'll never see nothing like this on his channel. So here you go. So this is the Archive of Infinity, a teaser animation I made, done with iClone and Unreal Engine. And it took me a while. To. I mean, this is me learning how to use Unreal Engine, and these are nice effects that I got. Unreal Engine, After Effects, all type of stuff, and I had a fun time working on this, and I had so many people in my community involved in it too, and everybody liked it. Right? People liked it. People like me when I do stuff like this. Why would I want to stop doing this to make more videos about him? You know. I don't understand him. You know, if he feels if he feels that he can do better than me, because I don't even understand why he's trying to compete with me. I really don't. I mean, it confuses me a lot to try to understand. It's like why does he hate me so much? Well, why does he hate me so much to keep this prolonged aggravation and stalking up? You know, I don't understand. You know, but he's gonna be back at it again. You know, that's another video. There's another video. What's up, Charles? How's it going? I'm glad you guys finally woke up. But yeah, so I'm doing music videos. I got a lot of good feedback on this music video I did on both my channels, on this one and the other one. The King of I Clone. And this is the other movie I'm working on right here. It's this is the Demon. I think this one is the Demon Hunters Guild. Yeah, it's called the Demon Hunters Core. So this is the previous animation. About a guy who goes off to save this little girl. It's a whole bunch of other politics, but this is like the core of the story right here that I was working on. I'm gonna be back working on this. Hopefully have the whole thing done before next Halloween gets here. Cause it's gonna take me a minute to, cause I need to find some good voice actors for it. Cause a lot of it's done. And I just need to get the get the right voice actors for it. But I worked on this, and believe it or not, he was still coming after me after when I worked on this. He was still coming after me, and he was still making videos about me, but I ignored him. And during that time, I got people coming watching my stuff. This is another video. This is another video I did coming straight out of when I got to the hospital. My early videos with using Unreal Engine. I want to actually explore the Unreal Engine. I wanted a project to do so I can understand it more and really get into it and learn the ins and outs of Unreal. And I use this. I use this example. Now, it's not my best work in Unreal, but it helped me get around some stuff in Unreal. But it came out pretty good. I liked it. Another thing, here's something I did recently for a contest for JS Films. I got a lot of good feedback on this. People love this video. Not on this channel, but on my other channel, people really like this video. So my whole thing is, why do I want to chase this? Why do I want to stop progression so I can chase after something like this? Let me show you. Where's the video at, Joe? Did you get up and hide it? I think you got up and hid it. Oh, here it is. So he did this 13 hours ago. I just totally ignored it, But here he is. Here he is. This is him 13 hours ago, sitting in his mom's garage. He hasn't shaved, or looked like he hasn't shaved or bathed in a couple of days. But this is all in his head. This is the delusions that he tries to say about me. He says things about me that I don't even know what the hell he gets it from. But let's read his manifesto. It says, "Poor baby one gun." Or he still calls me a transvestite. That's fine. I don't care. I know he's still delusional. I know the way he thinks of how the world works is different from the way real reality works. But let's keep going. Let's entertain him. He or she thinks they can just be terrible to just one person named Joseph Earl Mcpeek. Now, what's terrible? What's terrible about things I'm doing to you? Everything I've done is all in reaction to the things you've done to me offensively. So you would do something to me, I would go back and report you to the police or turn you in, and then you take that as me doing something to you when you're the one who's offending me to begin with. I keep quiet on my channel and tend to my people and my subscribers and my watchers. I tend to those people. But yet, you come out and you do something like this. What was the reason for you to do this? Nobody knows. But he does it. And then he goes back and says, little does he or she know that Joe is going to report to the authorities and the whole world where Sean Fry is. Now he thinks he knows where Sean Fry lives, right? And that's his whole thing. He's only saying that. How can I be the one that's terrible to you? I'm your problem, but you keep on reverting to Sean Fry like Sean Fry has done something to you. See, he's trying. This is his whole low hanging fruit attack. So he's gonna pick somebody out of my life that I know personally to attack them, to get him mad at me and me mad at him, vice versa. But it ain't working. It doesn't work. It's not working. But he keeps on this same attack because why? Because he's out of ideas. He knows his limits. He knows how legally far he can go before I can get him locked up. He knows this now. I mean, he actually knows this. But he's not going to stop, you know, and I'm folks, I'm just tired of stopping it. I would rather let him do this publicly so people can see who he is and what he does than to sit back and shut him up. Because actually all this does is just prove my case for why you should not approach this man. Or if this man sends you an email, tries to contact you, to block him. Because this is why. See, what this is me teaching everybody and helping everybody on how to deal with him. And this is how you deal with him. You let him do it to himself. You know, this is how you deal with him. You let him do it to himself. I didn't make him say all that stuff that was in Kira's video. He said all that stuff in Kira's video. I didn't make him steal the content from the Fortnite game and try to sell it on Gumroad that almost got Gumroad sued by Fortnite. He did all that stuff. I didn't make him steal all the content off of Mixamo and try to sell it on Gumroad. He did all that stuff. But if you ask him, he's just going to say, I did all that stuff. You see? I turned him in to Gumroad. I've turned him into Sketchfan. I turned him in because Joe has this thing of saying that he made all this stuff. And I had to prove this point to a lot of people. And I did. It took me 4 years to do it, but I finally got it to the point to where nobody believes he owns a damn thing that he owns. Right? So, and I'm saying like this, so folks, I proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that the content that he sells or try to claims that he makes out of his $5 million studio that doesn't exist, I've already proven that all the content is fake, erroneous, false, ripped, stolen game assets. I've proven it. I have nothing else to prove. I mean, I don't even have to prove that he's crazy. Report cries. Thanks, Spider Tech. You know, yeah, folks, there's the link. He just posted a link right there. I don't have to prove that he's crazy. He does it for me every day. But here you go. Once again, he calls out Sean Fry. Hey, you see Sean Fry is a wanted fugitive for terroristic hate crimes. Now, you know, that right there is slander. Right? That's slander. And Joe can actually get sued for that because this is misinformation. Actually, this video can be reported in for misinformation because that's misinformation. And he's attacking a known individual. If you go over to the reporting tool and report this video, you can actually see there are places where you can report this video because he's up here saying that Sean Fry is a terrorist and he's committing hate crimes against humanity. And throughout this whole video, he doesn't show not one iota of proof. Matter of fact, this video is clickbait. You know, now it falls in the category of clickbait. So he's broken a whole bunch of YouTube guidelines and policy as I read this. And he also does it in the video as well. And so and the reason why I'm not going to bother reporting it in, because you know what? I'd rather have this stay up. I'd rather have this stay up so people can come here and see this loon in action versus to take. When you take the shit down, nobody can see it. Nobody can actually see this is a crazy delusional man living in his mom's garage causing trouble for people he does not know. And he claims he got the authorities. What authorities? Did he ever say? I can actually say the FBI been to his house. I can even say the FBI has called him because I have proof. I have documented proof that they have. One occasion was for me. The other occasion was Sean Fry. So, like I said, Sean Fry don't know this guy. He just know this guy is posing a threat to his livelihood, and Sean had to fix it, and he did. He pretty much fixed it, you know. So Joe can't glee no more of trying to harass somebody at work because it's not going to happen anymore. Too bad one gun thinks he can hide a fugitive at his house. Well, Joe, who's the fugitive I'm hiding at my house? Who is it? Who is it? Where's my house at, Joe? Or where's my apartment? Or my condominium? Or my trailer home, Joe? Where are those located? He doesn't know. He just gets up and espouses shit because whatever medication he's on that kept him sane enough to sit back and turn his computer and stream himself playing the piano is obviously worn off. It's worn off. Something has worn off. Something in his life ain't going right, so he has to go for that low-hanging fruit so he can feel better. Oh, one gun is the lowest hanging fruit I know. Well, you can keep thinking that. But so far, one gun has been on top of this for a long time. One gun knows how to deal with you. And one of the things one gun does is just laugh at you every time you make something like that. And it's laughable. It's laughable. I mean, he will make a bunch of videos saying this shit, and it's just plain plain old it's hilarious. You know, but every time he says this shit, it's because he goes over the Cure video and reads the comments and is pretty much unhappy. So here's another thing that's against YouTube guideline, right? I can report all it. I mean, I can report all this stuff in. But as soon as I report this in, like I know he's watching. I know he's one of the 5-6 people watching, and I know as soon as I report this in, he's just gonna take it down and hide it. You know, so I'd rather have this stay up. I'd rather have him say the things he's saying. And so when people look him up or they see him, they will actually see firsthand what he says and what he does. And then they come to my channel, they see my channel, and they see I'm up here streaming, I'm actually doing animation, doing all this stuff, and he has nothing to do with it. Like I said, I got goals, I got all type of stuff that I'm doing, I'm working towards, and he's not a part of it. And this is what he does. Unshaven for like the last couple of days. He probably smells worse than his freaking cat litter box right now. Because he's off of whatever he's supposed to be on. He's off of it. Why would you get on YouTube and say this type of stuff if the stuff that you were taking that was controlling you and keeping you from doing this stuff has worn off, or you're not taking it no more? And I've known people who are delusional like him, who go off their meds and they go back to doing shit like this. So it's obviously he's off his medications. It's obviously that there's no person there to make sure that he's doing what they can possibly do. That's not to keep him safe, but everybody else safe in the neighborhood, you know, where he's at. But you can see he's off of it. Well, yeah, folks. So if somebody wants to know what the update is that he's I tell you a update from my personal. This is my opinion about the update, right? So ever since after the Kira video, Joe went quiet for a while. Joe went quiet, and not only Joe went quiet, Joe was talking to the people who obviously don't like Joe using the word transgender the way he did. Now I'm saying the word transgendered in a way of because that's the only way that you can describe these people who live their lives. There's no other word for them but the slangs and slurs. But I think the best positive word I can use for these people are called transgendered. Transgendered, or I would say the other word, but I don't think that word is good enough. You know, is good to describe these people. But these are people. These are people who women or men, or basically men who decide to live their lives as women. You know, because they feel they may have been born a certain way, which doesn't actually represent their true identity or their true nature. So these are people, these are human beings that have decided that in order to make themselves happy, they would rather just, you know, live the way that they feel they should live. And that's what you can do because you live in a country that allows you to do that. You know, there's nothing wrong with you believing in yourself or thinking that your only true path to happiness is to become what you want to be happy with. There's no problem. So when he calls me a he or a she, I just laugh at it because he thinks it's insulting me. It's not insulting me. It's not. I know who I am. I know I have a mother. I have a father. I know I have friends. I have family who take care of me. I know I have people who love me, who love the hell out of me. But he wants to make it that I'm like him. I'm not like him. I don't have people who hate me because I hate myself. You know, and that's the whole thing between me and him. I don't hate myself. He hates himself. Because if he cared about himself, he would stop doing what he's doing and start try to make amends and start trying to talk to people and be more peaceful and be more nice to people and treat people with dignity and respect and leave people alone. When I do a stream, I make sure I try to spread this thing called respect to everyone that listens to me. He's not going to do it because he knows that's what he wants to do. He could do so many other things, but he chooses to do this. He doesn't have a life. I mean, really. I mean, what type of life is this? I've went on in my life. Matter of fact, I'm about to end this stream in a few minutes. Been on it for an hour, I went in the stream and just pop up and do another stream and just work on my content, man, because that's what I do. Ever since I started concentrating on my animation and and getting better with Unreal and stuff like that, I get people approaching me, want me to work on collaborate with them and stuff. This stuff never happened, right? This stuff never happened when I was going back and forth with him. This stuff never happened. When I sat back and I kept making videos, he would do a video an hour. He would do a video an hour. He'd do 20, 30 videos a day about me. And I'll be doing 20 or 30 days, 20, 30 videos a day trying to keep up with him. But that shit's tiring. It is. It's tiring. It's just tiring. It's not worth it, And I learned that, I'm not going to waste my life chasing after his videos. I would rather try to chase after me. I would rather make videos about what I like to do and share myself with people. I think, and that's somebody told me that, and when I was someplace a long time ago, and they told me, you gotta learn to share yourself with people. In order for people to know who you are, and in order to keep people from saying who you are, you gotta learn to share yourself. You got to stay positive and you got to share yourself. You got to let people see the best in you and never, ever let somebody take advantage of the worst in you. And that's what he did. He took advantage of the worst in me for the longest, and I'm not doing it no more. He wants me to scream and shout and curse and make rebuttal videos. He's been actually, folks, to be honest with you, he's been making stupid videos like this for the last couple of weeks. Right, and I'm just responding to it now. Right, so it goes to show you, I've built up immunity to his stupid stuff. Like I said, he's delusional man, who wants to be in my life so bad. Oh yeah. I know it's a crime. Everybody knows it's a crime. But I can report him in all I want to. It's still not going to get him off of YouTube. It's not. He's a sick individual. YouTube can't see the fact that it's not just him. It's a lot of people who are sick like him on YouTube that should be off of YouTube. YouTube doesn't have an ounce of consciousness to know these people need help. To know that these people don't need to be on this platform doing this to other people. YouTube doesn't understand. All YouTube knows is it takes a lawsuit for YouTube, and I'm just about there with my lawsuit. Don't people don't understand. I am working on one. I'm just trying to shop around and get the right lawyer from California to do it. I found some lawyers here because one thing about it is I don't want to go to California. I want them to come here. I want to force them to come and stand here in trial. I want YouTube to come here to St. Louis. I want them to come here to the Midwest. I want them to come here. I want them to get off their asses in California. And I want them to come here to my state where they will sit in our courtroom and be judged about what they've let these mofos do. I think the court's over there too nice. I think I can make it happen. I just gotta let Joe keep doing what he's doing. And that's the issue with YouTube. Now we're getting into the YouTube stuff, which I'm gonna just hit on real quickly. To be honest with you, I don't think YouTube has a working soul in their whole organization. Google might have, but I think YouTube is maybe something. I mean, this is just my opinion. I think YouTube is probably something like 70 to 75, maybe 80% automated. It has to be. There's too many videos on this platform for them to have so many people to look through each one of these videos every time a complaint come across. It's too many. And the reason why I say that, because when it comes to their appeals process to when somebody comes after video or a guideline strike, it's just worthless. I mean, there's no reason. I mean, they have appeals, and I think it's all. I mean, on my point, this is where YouTube gets fraudulent by saying they have a appeals process and they really don't. How can you let an automation do something what a human should be able to do? A human should be able to look at a situation and judge. A computer can't do that. A computer can't judge somebody by intent. It can't do it. It can't. You need a human to look at this shit from beginning to end, put eyeballs on this stuff to understand what the hell's going on, to see if what was done was done and what's an intended purpose. A computer can't do that. No matter how good AI gets, AI is not a replacement for human judgment. It's not. And I think YouTube just won't admit to it. They lie and they say, oh we do this and we do that. I mean, I just got through talking to YouTube the other day and I found out all this time I've been talking to a fucking AI. It's an AI. This whole time I've been like contacting them through their customer support. It's not customer support. It's just the fucking AI, folks. That's what I just stopped contacting YouTube. I stopped contacting YouTube, and I just got a lawyer. Every time you talk to YouTube now, I just call my lawyer and say, listen, you got to write this to them and put them on notice. And that's what I do now. I mean, their appeals process is stupid. Because, like I said, there's no humans there. There are no humans looking at nothing. They can show many videos of people talking about, well, we do have this, we do have that. No. Majority of the stuff that gets reported in, it's all ran through an AI. All of it. I don't care if anybody say this is my opinion, and it's like the only way YouTube understands something is that you have to get a lawyer. Tell your lawyer, pay the lawyer whatever he wants. Have them send them an official letter. Get it notarized, everything. Have it sent to them, and then give them the date where they should be. Give them the ultimatum, and if they can't meet your ultimatum, then you see them in court. I mean, that's the only way YouTube. That's the only way you can get somebody human, because you can't send a robot to court. It's a bot. Guarantee it's a bot. Anytime any reaction from YouTube, especially for the creator stuff, unless you're a creator with I would say I think you have to have like over 5-6 million views on your channel. If you're over 500-600 million, 5 or 6 million, 6 or 5 million views, you will actually get a human being there, because you're one of their breadwinners. You're a moneymaker to them. You're making money. Your channel's getting the ads and stuff like that. You're getting the sponsorship. They're getting a bigger cut of your pie. So when it comes to you, what YouTube would do is YouTube will actually give you a human, right? If you're like 300, if you're something like in the thousands, like 2,000 subscribers, and you got your monetization, you're gonna get a robot. You're gonna get a robot until you get break that first million. YouTube, I mean, unless you're a PewDiePie, you're not gonna get no human. You're gonna get robots until you find your niche. Hey, well, what can I say? But here it is, and then he goes right into that. Then he starts his talk about his fake business. Unity, he's been kicked out of there. Unreal Engine, he's been kicked out of there. Dash, he's been kicked out of there. Poser, I think he was kicked out of there. He's been kicked out of Autodesk. A.K.A doesn't even exist no more. He lied and said he worked for them, and he doesn't. We have the documented proof from the actual owners from when A.K.A was around before they got bought up by Apple, that Joe had nothing to do with the program whatsoever. Mixamo, and we know he's been banned and sued, almost sued, and from Mixamo as well. So he got a letter from Mixamo saying that he took his stuff down off of Gumroad. He got a letter from the lawyers over there at Epic taking his stuff down. And so with all his stuff being taken down because of copyright infringement, the thing he tried to accuse me of, and it didn't work. Why is it that his stuff is coming off of Gumroad? Why is it that lawyers are sending him letters to cease and desist? Why is this happening? Because the man's delusional. He's delusional, and he wants you to believe in this, and he wants to rewrite the world according to him. So, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I think I've said enough. My update video, like I said, I'm doing these videos once a week. Gonna go to every other week. I want to do some stuff this morning. And this is running to my morning time stuff. So I'm going to have to stop this and get set up to do my other stuff. But it's all good, folks. I mean, it's all good, folks. I'm going to concentrate on my stuff. I'm going to concentrate on my films. I mean, this is what 2023 is looking like, with the films and stuff. I even got a collaboration with somebody working on a Power Rangers collaboration film with somebody. So I'm looking forward to working on that. I'm going to get my resources for Youth Mob animation. I'm going to pull that out of hiatus eventually. And my training with the motion capture studio, that's going to proceed as planned. Matter of fact, I think I got some stuff to work on for them too. So that's what I have going on in my life right now. I have things to look forward to. Right? I got things I want to do. I got things that keep me busy, things that keep me away from this stupid shit that he wants me to be involved with him in, and I'm not going to do it no more. He knows it. That's why he has to keep on getting up and trying to push a button. He's not pushing my button. All he's doing is just proving my point. He just sits back. I let him do it to himself. He does it to himself. So this is the link to the video I'm watching, that y'all watching right now. Product of a single mother, guaranteed. These are people talking about Joe. These are people talking about me. People talking about Joe. Says, dude reminds me of Dr. Defender. If they know where each other is, why don't they just be men and get together to sort it out once and for all? In the boxing ring, of course. Well, the thing about this is that Joe wants somebody to come and hurt him physically, so he can call the police and have them arrested, so he can have somebody, it's very technical, but let me tell you what, Joe will never stand up to anybody and want to fight anybody. All right, Joe's a coward that lives in his mom's garage. Me, I'd rather not go up there and see that man and do anything to him, because that's what he wants. He wants somebody to hurt him so he can sit back and claim victim. You see, he's the victimizer who wants to become the fake victim. See, when you aggravate somebody to the point that they want to do some harm to you, and then what happens at the end is you're no longer the victimizer, but you become the victim, and then you sit back, and then you'll just wind up most likely walking up to Joe, punch him in the face, and then he'll get you arrested, and you go to jail, and you're sitting in jail for no apparent reason other than the fact, you know what, I just should have ignored him. And that's my whole approach to it, because I'm not gonna fall for stupid shit no more. I'm not going to fall for trying to make a video, trying to insult him, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The only thing that works is to get your ass off of YouTube, go to the authorities, pester YouTube until they start taking down his videos and his content. That works. That actually makes him mad, because he knows what he's doing isn't doing nothing but getting him in trouble. So what? That's some. Well, that's some creepy troll. This Mr. Bones, he is worse than a flat earther. Is anyone surprised he lives at home with his mom? I'm gonna put a like on that one. Why is he obsessed? Because yeah, people know that he lives with his mom. You know that I think that's hilarious. I think that's the point of this whole dealing with him. He does all this shit out of his mom's garage at his mom's house. Well, why is he obsessed with calling people trans? That's definitely an interesting insult that I haven't seen much before. To be honest, watching this as a trans person is kind of funny. He's just like the transgenderers. like bro, I'm just a dude. Are you not allowed to say transgender on YouTube or something? You're allowed to say transgender. It's just so you think you're allowed to say certain things. It's just what context you put it in, because you put it in the wrong context. If you're doing it to insult somebody, well then that's considered racism. But if you're doing it to describe someone and there's actually some type of actual fact behind what you're saying, well then it's just you using it to describe a person rather than insult someone. And I use the word transgender to describe the people who I know and care for, because I know a lot of people on YouTube and a couple in my real life who are transgender, and I give them my respect. You know, I don't look at them as monsters or something hideous. So I look at them as people with hearts, just like I would look at anybody. You know, you could be the biggest bigot and racist in the world. I wouldn't care, but I know somewhere deep inside you there's something called compassion. You know, and I know if I can touch that side of you, maybe you can think a little bit different and maybe hopefully do something different in what you're doing. You know, the whole thing is to hurt people. You know, and that's what I try to do. I try not to let people go down that path. You know, I try to talk people like, you know what, saying this or saying that, it's not gonna get you nowhere but in a loop. You know, he's jealous of one gun in the toilet bowl gang. Present your case to the local law school and let them handle the case against Joe. I was gonna do that. I was about a year or so ago. I was approached with that offer. You know, but at that time, like a year ago, I wasn't in the best health, and I was like, a year ago, January of 2022, I was just, to be honest with you, I was just looking towards death. I was like, you know what, it doesn't make no sense. You know, I was sitting in bed, depressed as hell. I was like, I'm gonna die. But my mind changed. My mind changed. I had to come off the shit I was on and start trying again. You know, I think the problem is I stopped trying and I lost my way, but I kind of gained it back. I gained it back, folks. I kind of gained it back, and I'm just glad I had people who were there, and most of them people, the most biggest person there is Sean's dad. You know, he was there with me. You know, and he talked some sense into me. And a whole bunch of other people talked some sense into me, and I'm just glad I had people in my life that were there for me. I hope he gets help before he literally kills someone. He's wasting it. And here you go. He's wasting his life, which is fine, but he's proven to be potentially violent. He's about as violent as a what they call them thing. Those little red things that float around the sea that whales eat. He's about as violent as those things. This dude creates and here it is, folks. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh shoot, I need to get back to that. I need to get back to that post, because that post right there, it was kind of like on the for real note. There it is. Said this dude creates his own fan fiction and believes it. The people that still gives this dude attention or argue with him are just enabling this dude, and they stop. I have stopped. I wonder what illness this dude has. Schizophrenia? I think so. I believe so. I mean, yeah, that's a good opinion. Yeah. Being a gross transphobe, homophobe is so 2010. Yeah, he's stuck in a time loop. Yeah, he's stuck. Halfway through, I realized he was from my hometown. I wonder, I bet you, who was this? This was 5 days ago. So this guy, this guy is probably in this town right now. It's like, hey, you know there's a loon living here? And that's good. That's good. I mean, the more people that know about him, that's probably why he snapped, because people around this little town are talking about him. I'm curious where this dumbass lives, because depending on the state, he has an open and shut case for recording people without consent. The sort of bloke who would cry if you stepped on them in a car park. If you stepped into the car park. I like reading these. I come by here and I read these like every couple of days just to get a good laugh at Joe. If that's the case, why can't people sell games like PUBG or H1Z1 or DayZ when they clearly use assets in their videos from games from other sources, sometimes free for money and making millions in revenue? Royalty free. I think royalty free means royalty free. Material objects to copyright or other intellectual properties rights may be used without the need of pay royalties. Like, well, here's the thing. And let me correct this guy. When a asset is ripped out of a game, it is in violation of the creator's copyright, because when you take something out of the game and you use it in another game, well, then you owe money to that person, because the thing about it is you never asked that person to use that content. So pirating somebody else's content and using your content, then putting a price tag on it, is what you would call intellectual property theft. All right, it's intellectual property theft, because you did not go to the creators and say, hey, I'm going to use this in my game to make money. Nor did you get the rights you did not obtain the rights for any of this stuff. So the whole thing about it is that these things don't create themselves. These models, these characters, these animations, they don't create themselves. Someone had to pay somebody out their pocket to make this shit. And then here you come taking it and then putting in whatever you want to do with it and selling it. You can't do that. That's wrong. That's theft. That's thievery. Same thing of somebody going to a store and stealing a candy bar. You know, that store owner had to pay for that product to be in the store. And then you come along and you just take it. Therefore, therefore that store owner has to come out of his pocket to replace what you've stolen. You know, the guy who's selling stuff doesn't get nothing out of it, but no money coming out of his pocket that can be going to something else. So when you pirate somebody else's stuff, that's what basically happens. You know, people spend millions of dollars, thousands of millions of dollars on games, and then here you come along stealing their stuff and trying to sell it, and then go back and lie and say, oh, I can do it because, you know, we're a multi-million-dollar motion capture. You're not nothing. You're just a thief sitting in his mom's garage acting like a clown. All right, so let's go. This is what happens to people when they have nothing going on in their lives. I feel the same way. The smallest grains of sand become mountains. Let's see. This is somebody from the Philippines. As one of the natives, I already hate him. The stereotypes that women in our country are body givers are completely stupidly wrong. Although it's kind of funny, this man-child not taking responsibility, and when he's opposed, not only does he not do a rebuttal, he only screams and throws insults. It's already shown that he is immature, incel, and mentally stupid. he insults fat people. He really likes to do it friendly. He like hold on. He really likes to do friendly fire, even if he has a mental problem. The ends don't justify his means. Yeah. I believe it. It's not fair that they dox me just because I doxed him. That's what he said. He said in the video. This is what Joe said. But nobody doxed Joe. I didn't dox Joe. I never doxed Joe. Joe put his address on his website. You go watch Todd Fox video. You can actually see it. Yeah, I know. I love hearing myself laugh at Joe too. So I've never doxed Joe. Joe doxed himself. Joe put the address to Truebones Animation Studio on his website. And when me and a few other people looked into that website, we found out that address is to this company called Heart to Heart Counseling, which is owned by Joe's mom. And then we got to thinking, I was like, wait a minute, this dude is running this fake operation out of his mom's business, right? We found this out years ago, and we didn't quite know how that was working. We just knew that was the address that Joe advertised for a long time. So we went on the fact that it's probably some building or probably some basement or something. We all thought it was a basement or something that was converted into some place where Joe can do his evil shit. Then we found out, and this comes from matter of fact, let me find that. Let me find this. Let me find this. Hold on, folks. All right. So this is the email, folks. This is the email right here. That basically, this is somebody from Joe's town, and I got this in November 13th. I got this way back in 2018. I didn't reveal this email until right around somewhere between 2019 and 2020. And because I had to vet this, me and a couple of people had to vet this to see if this was actually a person or if it was Joe, right? I'm going to read this because I haven't read this. I already read this once in a while, but I'm going to read this. It says, by the way, this email doesn't exist no more. The person who wrote this is I can't find him anymore. He actually lives in Joe's town. And this is what it says. First, thanks for stepping up and trying to take this buffoon Truebones down. Second, read all the way through to the end before sharing any of the following information. He has a history of passing off things he did not make as his own. Let me tell you of my experience. I knew Joe since high school, probably met him in the late 1983. We shared common interests and lived fairly close to each other, and he started hanging out in the art nerds group I was in. We stayed in contact after I graduated school. At the point, I even considered him a friend. This is a guy who was Joe's friend. So fast forward about 10 years. So from 1984, I guess. So fast forward about 10 years. And by then we had started an internet-based business where we built websites for local bands. This was before MySpace and Facebook. The company was Joe and I, and occasionally another person who I won't name/drag into this. Maybe he's still working with him. I don't really know. As far as I know, he never set up a DBA or actual legal business. At least while I was there. The music website began to prefer to peter out as MySpace and cheap free websites became a thing. So Joe began casting around looking for another gig. I bought a legit copy of a 3D modeling program called TrueSpace, now assimilated and dead after being bought by Microsoft, and despite the EULA, we began sharing the program. I know, bad. And also splitting the cost of a domain for a web presence, I noticed one day that Joe has a portfolio of his 3D artwork, so I looked it over. Included in his portfolio were some works that I did. When I asked him to not do that and take down the work, he didn't do it. His reply was, since this is typical Joe. This is typical. This is, like I said, this is somebody who knows Joe. I had done some of, he said, his reply that since I had done some of the work on his computer, thus he, etc., is just made it. It just made him angry, and he again refused. So I took the initiative, and having server access, took them down myself, removing them from his portfolio page. Well, as you can imagine, this did not go over well. I got a nasty gram email that informed me that I was kicked out of his fake company and had a week to remove my files from his server. Her friendship was over, and I never contacted him again, and if I did, he would report me to the police for stalking. How ironic. Yes, it is. This is how he treated his best friend after 15 years. I believe this was around the late 2001, early 2002. While it was painful to lose a friend in retrospect, I am glad that it happened. It must be like a relief, like the relief a shark feels when it finally scrapes off a remora fish. You know, remora fish are the little blood-sucking leech fishes that you see. Like when you watch a nature video, you'll see the shark and you see these little wiggly things attached to them. But yeah, those things are blood-sucking leeches. And that's what remora is. Here you go. After all the trouble he has caused you, I guess I got off easy. Yeah, you did. As aside, the makers of TrueSpace used to run a monthly art contest where the prize was a copy of the program. 1 month I won and got a second copy of TrueSpace. Later on, I was contacted by the third member of our It Was Always Felt Fake company who asked if he could have the spare copy. Not having a beef with him, I said yes and signed it over to him. I'm pretty sure he then turned it over and gave it to Joe. Yeah, he gave it to Joe because Joe still has it. He uses the TrueSpace program. We know we know what happened. Joe teamed up with somebody, convinced them to get the program from him, and he did. Joe never did nothing with the program other than steal people's stuff. But no, I don't think Joe never did one animation in TrueSpace other than like maybe put some dance animations on the model and just hit the render button. But anybody, a 12-year-old can do that shit. But then again, you think about the mind of the guy who has a mind of a 12-year-old. So yeah, I guess that's about right. Yeah. Anyway, I said yes, signed it over to him, and turned to Joe. Had still been running my spare cough copy of TrueSpace. I have checked the third member's website, etc., and he's never ever posted any 3D work using the program because Joe has it. So my theory is that Joe set him up as a straw buyer in order to get his hands on my second legit copy. Joe knew I wouldn't sell it, give it to him after the break, so he used one of our partners to get it. Sneaky. It's all moot now, as Caligari was swallowed up by Microsoft and TrueSpace killed off. Okay, so a few things that I could tell you, but I'm going to give you permission. But I'm not going to give you permission. Well, I'm going to repeat anyway. To repeat them publicly, as frankly, I'm more than a little leery since Joe lives nearby and also knows where I live. I just want you to know that you are right in a lot of your accessories. Now, this is back when I had a lot of thoughts about Joe, about what he was, but I didn't have no proof until I got this letter. So, you're right about a lot of the assertions or conclusions you have about this guy. He's been scammy a long time. It probably won't ever change. Yep, that's true. His half-brother is a pastry. Here it is. His half-brother is a pastry chef, not a lawyer. Perhaps his dad's side, they're still estranged when I knew him. He has some relatives in the legal profession, but as far as I know, his brother is looking at cookbooks, not legal books. Ooh, it's my brother. It's my brother. Ted Fuchs is my brother. That's Ted Fuchs. He's my brother. He's my brother. Yeah. Yeah. The apartment in his video is actually the garage at 69 Oxbow. Well, folks, hold up. Before Joe starts filing privacy complaints, let's check this out. Let's go to Heart, H-E-A-R-T, to Heart, H-E-A-R-T, Heart to H-E-A-R-T, Heart to Heart. Here it is, Heart to Heart Counseling, White Lakes. Here is the it's a Google search. Here is the Heart to Heart Counseling. This is an actual company, counselor in White Lakes Township. So this is the Heart to Heart Counseling, and this is the address. And if you go over here, this is the business page. Now this is the business page. This isn't the private page. This is the business page, YouTube. Make sure you listen to me when I say this. This is the business page, YouTube. So when he files his fake privacy complaint on this video, just let you know that this is a public recognized business operated in clear daylight where people can see it walking down on the street. They can see it. You can call it. The number's here, and it's also in Yellow Pages. So you will have to take this down. You will have to, if you come after me and file fake privacy complaint and it goes through YouTube, you're gonna have to explain yourself on this one because I used your search engine. But here it is, folks. This is the company. This is a company. This is not a private citizen. This is not a person. This is a company named Heart to Heart Counseling. This is the 69 Oxbow. Here it is right here, folks. This is the 69 Oxbow, White Lake, Michigan, where Truebones Animation Studios is actually located, as per se in this email. The apartment in this video is actually the garage. This is the garage at 69 Oxbow. His mom owns and lives in-house. She runs her counseling service out of it. So that sums up to this. So he doesn't live inside the house with his mom, where I thought he lives in the fucking garage. He lives in a garage. That's the area. That's his studio. This is my studio. That's where he lives, folks. That's what he is. He wants people to sit back and video chase after him. That's what he wants. This is him, folks. That's his home. That's where he steals people. That's where he steals all his animation. This is where he causes all the problems. This is where he stalked Matt Sprader at. This is where he does all his evil shit, is right there in this garage. With the flowery curtains in the background. But yeah, so let's read some more. Joe runs Truebones. And it says Joe runs Truebones out of the garage, and it's true. It's so true. But yet we're jealous of him because we have homes and apartments that we live in that our parents have nothing to do with. And here is the creme de la creme. Here's the creme de la creme, folks. It is rich that he attacks your father for having run-ins with the law. Google Mcpeek hijacking. Let's see what comes up. Uh-oh. Hi, Dad. he was just starting to get into mocap stuff when we had our blow up. I remember telling him that he can't. Here it is. He can't just take stuff and resell it. Imagine my surprise and Google his name a couple of years ago. I find your channel, same old song and dance. So this guy, you know, let's get to what he says. So if you Google paste Yeah, Steve Jobs went on to make millions of dollars. There it is. Attack attempt foiled by Delta pilot, Library, Illinois. So they got a bunch of stuff. So I don't think I've ever seen this one before. So here's the actual news article. And here's Kenneth Mcpeek at age 31 of Orchard Lake, Michigan. So this is Kenneth Mcpeek right here, Joe's dad. And he's hijacking an airplane. And like I said, and Kenneth Mcpeek, Skyjacker of the Day on Tumblr. And here it is once again. And here it is, airline pilot stewardess foils hijacking attempt. January 13, 1969. So that's so as you can see, it's, yeah. If you come up, and then on top of that, let's see. I'm gonna let Kira talk about it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So let Kira take it from here, folks. Let Kira do his thing.
That involved a man of the same last name on a Tumblr blog titled Skyjacker of the Day, which chronicles people that hijack airplanes. I read the story thinking, wow, that's crazy, but surely a coincidence, right?
His dad was a hijacker! Yes, we know! It's in the newspaper! My dad did hijack a plane, but so what? You're a blubbering idiot! You're a blubbering idiot! You're gonna die soon!
Obviously, I'll take an L on that one. I was wrong. Joe's dad did in fact take his 3-year-old son on a plane with him and then tried to take it over with a sawn-off shotgun, which landed him in FBI custody and, of course, a 15-year prison sentence. According to the records, the man had severe mental health problems and 3 young children, each with a different mother. This contextualized things a little bit more for me. Joe clearly has been dealt a shit hand in life, with no one getting him the help he clearly requires. The result is a man who is severely delusional, paranoid, and believes himself to be the star of the show, despite nobody watching. Every enemy he creates ties back to prior characters, such as Young Gun being the center of the universe, Sally Peck being the leader of the underground mafia that are after his life, and Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games, being a puppet of the pair who's being used to come after him and take him down.
The thing I don't understand is they didn't even...
So, every crazy person needs a boogeyman. And I think I'm going to be Joe's boogeyman for the rest of his life. You know? And I find it amazing I find it funny, amazing, and just sad, you know? But before I leave, here's one other thing I want to talk about, Joe. To show you how things are going for him in his studio. So Joe posted this 5 days ago, and
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name...
He's advertising animations, right? He's going to Deep Motion 3D, and he uses their Deep Motion 3D, whatever you use. There's a couple of them out there. But he's going around, you know, taking other people's videos. And he didn't make these videos. These are other, you can tell he's not in these videos. Not with this black guy. There's a white lanky guy here. There's another he didn't make any of these he didn't make any of these videos. What he did is he goes around YouTube and he records all these videos, and then he uploads everything he finds into these 3D AI programs where we'll actually look at the video and try its best to match it up with an animation. Now, might I remind you, Joe's supposed to be a $5 million motion capture studio with excess of 30-something employees, right? So he's supposed to be living large on the horse, and he's doing all this stuff, but yet he has no equipment to make motion capture with. He's using these really bad AI programs to make motion capture. And let me show you how bad it gets. Let me show you how bad it really gets. So here he is. I mean, this guy's on Facebook right here. I do believe this guy's on Facebook, and he's on YouTube, and he puts out videos of him doing all these gestures and stuff for animators, right? Animators come to him and they look at his videos, and they actually like try to draw or use him for reference when they animate or draw something. They don't actually like take his video and make animations off his videos using AI. They actually, artists really use his stuff for reference. So Joe found this guy's channel and downloaded a bunch of videos from him, took them and uploaded them up to the 3D AI program that's online, right? So he's up here claiming that his so-called mocap studio is making all this mocap, and here he is. He's using Autodesk. This is Autodesk Review. So this is after he went to Deep Space 3D or whatever AI program he's using, and snatched this man's this man's video and converted over to a animation.
And if you go
to a mocap. So here he is, and here it is, Truebones AI motion. So he's actually stealing other people's videos and work and transforming them into AI motion capture for him to put in his packs and sell them. So he's basically has ran out of stuff to steal from Rubu. And so now this is the next thing he's doing. And he's been working on this for a while. I mean, he's worked hard to steal this stuff and brand it as his own stuff. You know, he's worked very hard for this.
There's FBX files and BVH files too.
Yeah, the BVH file shit nobody never use. No, nobody. He thinks he thinks just by saying the word BVH or FBX makes him like technically savvy. When these formats have been around for years, everybody knows what they are. He thinks he's special because he can steal people's shit and put them in that format, which is insane. He thinks that he's special because he can steal other people's stuff and sell it. You know, and every day when he makes a video like this showing people come to Gumroad and get his fake erroneous crappy animations and files, you know, it makes him think that he's so special, and we know he's not. We know he's just a con man living in his mom's garage. Look at him. He's living the farce. This is a farce.
Here's some animation examples of
he don't even know what he got.
We'll go ahead. Perfectly retargeted. This was, and show you.
That goes to show you how bad this stuff looks. Because if I was making a game or doing an animation and I bought this shit and it came out and it came to me looking like this, I would be demanding my money back. Look at this shit. I'm being serious. Look at this shit.
And show you that this was perfectly retargeted. And
I know he basically snatched that off of a off of AI. I know he took somebody's video, put in the AI, and that's how he got that. You know, and it looks bad. You know, I keep on telling people that the AI is good, but it's not there yet. You know, one day it'll get there, but it's not there now. So he basing his whole business off of what he can download and get for free off of the 3D off the AI websites, AI motion capture websites. So he made a whole pack of animations where he took people's videos, uploaded them, and made all this content. Now he has them packaged, ready to sell on Gumroad. Now here's the thing. When you use those services, especially Deep Motion, they don't allow you to resell this stuff. But yet he went over there and think about it, they only give you like a certain amount of these a certain amount you can do. So what he's done is he's made up multiple accounts like he's done like any troll would do, and he keeps reusing it. So when one account runs out, he'll run to another account, and these accounts, they cycle. So every month or something you get some free mocap time. So when he cycles through enough of his stuff, he'll just start the whole process again, start uploading videos, and it just starts over again. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, and the thing about it is he's going to keep doing it because he knows he's going to get away with it because he's Gumroad. Gumroad going to let him do it. The AI companies, they should be on this. They should be like stopping him from using this shit, but it doesn't matter. He'll just make another account and just come back. So like I said, here's all the stuff. These are all videos that he's downloaded and stole. And he smiles like, and he's up here smiling like, you know, I created these. I did these. You didn't do nothing. You just went and stole people's videos and uploaded them to some website where you get mocap in return. Where's the creativity in it? You didn't create none of this stuff. I mean, where? I mean, it's one thing to sit back and take your time and make something. You know, I take my time and I make content. I make animations, right? I make stuff. You know, I go out and I buy my assets. I buy my models. I go out and buy my animations. I have to take that stuff and composite it and through Motion Builder and iClone and Unreal Engine. I have to take all this stuff and work hours. You know, adjusting cameras, adjusting animations, adjusting motions, putting it in the voice acting. I have to spend hours doing that stuff, right? Hours. You know, I spend 7 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, you know, and I do this on multiple days. You know, there's a big difference between when you create something and then you just flat out steal it. You know, just flat out steal it, and then you lie to people to get them to try to buy this stuff. And the only people that he get are seriously third world nation people, people from like India, you know, people from little countries and stuff, from like especially from like Africa and shit like that, who don't know no better, who say, "Oh, I need mocap to move my iClone characters," and they come to him, they buy the garbage from him. Ask Benny D. Ask anybody who used to deal with him how they feel about him. They'll tell you. So, like I said, here he is, just stealing stuff. Just stealing. Look at all the animations. Look at all the stuff that he made with Deep Motion and all the AI programs. You know, the videos upon thousands and hundreds of videos. And now he didn't do nothing. He didn't do not one pose. He didn't do nothing. Only thing he did was just sat in his mom's garage, click download this video, click upload this video, and then download whatever comes out. And then he just puts it in a pack and he sells it. Here's some more. Look
That's
what you get.
One of my favorites right there.
Look at that. Look at the foot slide there. Look at that shit.
So as you see, you get tons.
Horrible. It's just horrible stuff. And it's just sad. I mean, he's sitting there. He's sitting there like he getting over. You know, he's smiling because he feels like he's getting over. I mean, I would smile too, because you know that the idiots, the idiots who can't see through his facade are going to get had. You know, that's all to it. You know, so stuff. Man, I know what I did. Yeah, you know, that's all to it. But anyway, folks, I think I'm at the end of this video. Yeah, so. Didn't want to spend, I spent 2 hours. I haven't did a 2-hour Joe video in a long time. But that's how it is, folks. So we went through his delusionals. We see why he does it, because I'm not giving him enough attention. And please come over to Cure TV and if you haven't seen the video, please at least read these hilarious responses, you know. And don't forget to check out my other channel. Didn't want to spend, come on, check my other channel, Bureau of Anti-3D Scamming Enforcers. Come and check this channel out, where you probably find some more videos about Joe all over the place. Especially this video I did about Joe, where I actually called Pixar, because Joe was selling Pixar stuff, and I actually had the people online from Pixar and explained to them that Joe was. This is actually me pulling stuff out of Joe's pack of stolen Pixar stuff and calling and talking to Pixar and asking Pixar, is what he's doing illegal? And they actually say, no, what he's doing is not legal. So there you have it, about him being the number one mocap studio. It's all fraud, fake, erroneous. This from you. Well, Quasi, I'm about to go ahead and make my coffee. Pop in a couple of Eggo waffles. I'm gonna make me a couple of Eggo waffles and what's the other thing I was gonna make? Oh yeah, a couple of pieces of sausage, and come back and do some animating. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and get my breakfast on. You know. I've been on for a minute, but the thing about this, folks, like I said, this video, I'm going to take this video and I'm going to probably make it unlisted. But you can go over to my other channel, the Bureau of Anti-3D Scammers. You can check that video out over there and have some fun. But yeah, maybe you guys will want to check out this video here. If you guys want to check, maybe you guys should check out this video here. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Actually, I got a couple videos. I call DreamWorks. I called Pixar, DreamWorks, and I also called Mixamo. I called Method Studios, and I called Warner Brothers. So I called all those people and actually had conversations about, if he had the rights to sell the stuff in the way he was doing. And each one of them said no. And I recorded them saying no. And so when Joe was saying that he had the rights from Autodesk and he had the rights from Autodesk and he had the rights for this person and that person or whatever, it was all a lie. And I proved it without a shadow of a doubt. It was all a lie. I've done it for years. It's for years that every time he says that he's doing something with Autodesk, Disney, or whatever, it's all a lie. I knew that the stuff he was talking about, and especially when it comes to Disney, I know. I have friends who work for Disney. I have a friend who I don't know if he still works for them, but when they got any type of license from Disney, now I'm gonna tell you this, they have to buy a license, right? If they're gonna sell any type of Disney product, they have to get licensed. They have to buy their license for them. Sometimes these licenses cost up to millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars. His company that he was working for had gotten a license, and they had not only had to buy the license, but they also had to spend like $300 grand with a K and a G, right? $300 grand to get this book, and you need that book. In that book are all specifications on whatever product you're getting from Disney has to look like, because Disney it has to look like this. Because if it doesn't look like this, you're wasting your time, and Disney can pull that shit. He can pull your license you spent a lot of money for, and he can come and get that book you just bought from them. So they send you this stuff, so whatever you're producing from them looks like Disney. There is no your interpolation of Disney. There is your invention of it. No, it has to be Disney, 100% Disney. So they give you a whole bunch of shit, and if you don't do it right, they're pulling everything, and they keep your money. So I know for a fact Joe doesn't have $2 to his name to afford not only the license but the actual what's it called? It's called a character book. I'm just gonna call it a character book, but it's called something else. But it's another term for Bible. The Bible. It's called a Bible because it has everything inside that you need for that property. So they call it a IP Bible or something like that. That's what it's named. But I know for a fact he doesn't have one. He'll never have one because he couldn't afford one. It costs a lot of money to get any type of Disney shit into your store. Unless you're dealing with clothes and you're buying from a wholesaler who's actually making products for Disney. But any which way it goes, if you're making products for Disney and you're selling stuff wholesale and it goes to a smaller store, that's something different. That's all it has to do with retail. But what Joe's claiming is that the Disney is coming to him for animations. Disney is using him for models. Disney's doing all this stuff with him, but it's all a lie. Oh, Nature's Path. Ugh, that stuff nasty. Those grainy ass waffles. Ugh, that's nasty, man. But anyway, folks, I think I said my piece for the morning. It's time for me to get powered up with some coffee, some waffles, and some sausage, and then come back and do some work today. And this time I'm gonna put in some hours, and just watch what he does. Watch what he does today. Because he's become so predictable. It's not funny. Because I know if he tries to do stupid shit, like try to take down one of my videos or anything stupid, he can't do it no more because he knows he doesn't want to wind up in court. So all the legal stuff is basically to the side right now. So the only thing he can do now is just make videos and call me a he or she, and then say Sean's fry name a couple of times, which doesn't insult us, but just showed us how delusional he is. But watch him do delusional videos for the next couple of days. Watch him. He's going to do delusional videos for the next couple of days to prove one thing, folks, to prove that he's the one that's crazy. All right, so let's get back to work, folks. Let's get back to animating, and I'll be back soon with. I'll be back after I eat breakfast. Actually, I have to make it, so it's gonna be longer than an hour, folks. But I should be back around I don't know, maybe close to noon. You know, I'll probably just go ahead and just make brunch. I'll make some waffles tomorrow. I guess I'll just eat me a breakfast burrito. Yeah, breakfast burrito and some orange juice, and then come back. All right, folks, y'all have a good one. This is One Gun Shut Up signing out. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you like what you see or like what you're going to see in the future. Or you can hit the bell so you can be reminded of when I'm going to be streaming. But thank you guys for showing up and taking time to listen to what I had to say this morning. And like I said, like once a week or every other week, I'll be doing videos about Super Troll over there and giving you guys updates. Because I'm getting a lot of emails and people saying, hey, you got an update for us, don't you? Well, you know, I would rather do those updates on a bi-weekly or weekly basis, because if you talk about them every day, you know, if you talk about every day or every other day, it just gives some power. So the thing about it is to let his momentum dry out and then say something about him, and then disappear. Don't talk about him, and then say something about him. But he's going to try to push it. He's going to try to come here every day, talk about Sean Fry. He's going to probably imitate himself, emailing people again. He's probably going to do everything he can so I can get me to talk about him, but I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to let him wear himself out. So you guys have a good day. This is One Gun Up signing out, and peace. See ya.
Waste of words, waste of breath, 'cause I've got none to say. Thoughts stay burned inside my chest, can't take it one more day. No matter how much pain I'm in, no matter how, gotta think, I gotta breathe. Changes to come. Changes to come, 'cause the light's just around the corner. Life must go on. What won't kill me will make me stronger. When I'm falling down on my knees, I will rise and try to believe that changes will come, 'cause the light's just around the corner. There's ways to go, ways to leave. Been thinking about them all. 'Cause life's too hard, life's too mean. But I can't just jump